but I'm old school, I call it a working walk. I figure, in your training level, in your intro test, Wendy, and your training level test, do they tell you to do a working trot? Absolutely, right? The word is working trot. They don't tell you a medium trot, and they tell you to do a working canter, right? So think of what your working trot means. It's a good, solid, basic, balanced trot. Your working canter is a good, solid, basic, balanced canter. And for me, it's a working walk in a new course, and that means it's a good, solid, balanced walk. Now, put it in a working walk rather than like a free walk. Shorten your ankle a bit, look up, and I want you even to start to get the idea with him, even though he's 4, that a little bit, you sit vertically and you keep the contact. There's 1 of 2 things that's going to happen with a horse, right? Either we're going to do this, right? Either as a rider, we're going to go to them, or they're going to come to us. And as we start to cross that line past being green broken, what I want to start to teach a horse to do is a little bit to come to me. Now with this 4-year-old horse, I don't mean that she should be taking him with her hand and bringing it into collection, but I don't want her to lean forward over his withers and start to fall towards him all the time. I want her to keep him in a little better balance and a little more level in his withers and his haunches, rather than him leaning down his forehand and leaning downhill. And if I look at Wendy, her walk here now, this is a balanced walk. A minute or 2 ago, when you were walking by here in front of the crowd, before he was a little flat and long and kind of on his forehand, and I don't want him on his haunches at 4 years old, but I want him to be nice and level. I want you to feel like he's not heavy in the front end, he's not overly on his hind end, but he's level. When you're ready, I want you to go forward in the trot with your fingers closed. Now, I remember when I was a lucky guy that at 12 years old, I met this guy who was an Olympian dressage rider, and I became great friends with him. 35 years later, I'm still great friends with him. And he was a huge influence on my life, and still is. And he would say to me all the time, make sure you have your fingers closed, no open hands. No open hands. You can't feel the horse's mouth with an open hand. He was right about that. When you keep your finger, and always he would say to me also at that time in my life, carry your own hands. And when he hands above his withers, they don't have to be, you don't have to have your hands 6 inches above his withers, but you have to have your contact. Good. Hands together, and look up, look up, look up. Put your shoulder 1 inch further back. Very good, right now. That's an excellent, absolutely beautiful, perfect working trot. Now when you go down the wall, I want you to put your leg on him a little bit and accelerate just a little. Just a little. Give me 5% more trot. Correct. Correct. And then gather him at the end of the wall and make him a little shorter on the short wall. Good. And when you get on this long side in front of the audience, I want you to bring him back to a walk. But when you do it this time, gather him through your fingers and your elbows, but close your leg. Close your leg, sit, sit, sit. That was good. That down transition you did, riding him forward, not riding him backwards. Nobody in horse sports ever failed from riding forwards, right? Think about it. One of my other mentors who's not in my